All rise for the pledge of allegiance. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I'm sorry. Good evening, everyone. I'll call order the town board meeting for Wednesday, July 1st, 2015. We'll open with public comments on any item on the agenda. Clerk.
George, I'd like to comment on general motion 11. Apparently you're going to vote tonight on, I don't really know what you're going to vote on tonight. I attended the workshop meeting, didn't get any information at that. And I would like to request from the board in the future that we get some kind of information, because I think it would be in the public's interest, to know what is being voted upon. Thank you.
Anyone else? Okay. Chair will entertain a motion, town board of town of Windsor approve the minutes of the public hearing regarding increase in improvements of facilities of the Windsor Consolidated Water District, Clarkview Drive, water main replacement, public hearing regarding increase in improvements of facilities, the Windsor Consolidated Water District, Lake Street and Express Drive interconnects, and minutes of the town board meeting held on June 3rd, 2015. Excuse me, and the public hearing regarding renewal of cable franchise agreement held on June 17th, 2015, as per copies posted on the town clerk's bulletin board in the town hall and same distributed to each of the town board members.
Moved. Second.
Roll call.
Councilman Rainbow?
Yes.
Councilman Lundstrom?
Yes.
Councilwoman Biassadi?
Yes.
Councilwoman Malarkey?
Yes.
Supervisor Green?
Yes. Chair will entertain a motion, town board of town of Windsor authorize the establishment of a performance bond for public improvements in the reserve J Street subdivision planning board 4023 in the amount of $439,430, an inspection fee of $17,577.20.
Move.
I was just looking at 20 cents.
Okay.
Representing the 4% of the public improvement bond as recommended by McGoey Hauser and Essel Consulting Engineers, DPC, by correspondence dated June 25th.
Give me 20 cents. So move. Second.
Roll call.
Councilman Rainbow?
Yes.
Councilman Lundstrom?
Yes.
Councilwoman Biassadi?
Yes.
Councilwoman Malarkey?
Yes.
Supervisor Green?
Yes, hearing no objections, town board of town of Windsor receive and file consent of the town board of town of New Windsor in order of town of New Windsor highway superintendent for the acceptance of Trotter Lane and Fox Meadow subdivision as public highway. Hearing no objections, town board of town of Windsor receive and file policy Y 3020-648450NY1 dated April 29th, 2015 from the First American Title Insurance Company for 4 roads in the Mount Airy Reserve, commonly known as Redcoat Drive, Encampment Drive, Molly Pritchard Drive, and McKinley Court. Hearing no, Mike, those are the last of them, right?
Other than the J Street.
Yeah, the others. Yeah. Hearing no objections that the town board of town of Windsor receive and file policy Y 3020-658550 NY1 dated April 29, 2015 from First American Title Insurance Company for the pump station in Mount Airy Estates Reserve. Hearing no objections, town board of town of Windsor receive and file policy Y 3020-658550 NY2 dated April 22, 2015 from the First American Title Insurance Company for the water tower in Mount Airy Estates. Chair will entertain a motion, town board, town of Windsor authorize the clerk to advertise pursuant to law, calling for sealed bids for the STP culvert replacement project which will be received and publicly opened on the 16th day of July 2015 at 3 p.m. local time in the office of the Town of New Windsor Town Clerk, 555 Union Avenue, New Windsor, New York. The Town Board of the Town of New Windsor receives the right to reject any and all bids.
Moved. Second.
Roll call.
Councilman Riggenbaum?
Yes.
Councilman Lundstrom?
Yes.
Councilwoman Biassadi?
Yes.
Councilwoman Markey?
Yes.
Supervisor Green?
Yes, hearing no objections, Town Board of the Town of New Windsor receive and file Community Development Block Grant Application FY 2016. Chair will entertain a motion, the Town Board of the Town of New Windsor hereby support the application for the fiscal year 2016 Community Development Block Grant and hereby authorize funds to be allocated as required to fully fund the St. Joseph's Drainage Project not to exceed 30% of the total project cost.
Moved. Second.
Roll call.
Councilman Riggenbaum?
Yes.
Councilman Lundstrom?
Yes.
Councilwoman Biassadi?
Yes.
Councilwoman Markey?
Yes.
Supervisor Green?
Yes. Chair will entertain a motion, Town Board of the Town of Windsor, authorize supervisor to execute change order number 4 with A. Servadone Incorporated, B. Anthony Construction Corporation, JV, for additional downstream slope work. Said change order shall be in the form accepted to the town attorney and with the approval of the town engineer.
Move. Second.
Roll call.
Councilman Riggenbaum?
Yes.
Councilman Lundstrom?
Yes.
Councilwoman Biassadi?
Yes.
Councilwoman Markey?
Yes.
Supervisor Green?
Yes. Whereas the Town of New Windsor and Temple Hill Housing Development Funding Company entered into a pilot agreement dated November 14, 2014, related to the construction of up to 264 dwelling units plus 2 superintendent apartments to provide an affordable senior citizen housing in the Town of New Windsor. And whereas Temple Hill has submitted a final plan to the Town of New Windsor, which reflect a total of 271 dwelling units plus 2 superintendent apartments. And whereas Temple Hill and the Town of New Windsor have agreed that the construction of dwellings will be done in 4 phases. And whereas the result of phasing is necessary for Temple Hill and the Town of New Windsor to amend the pilot agreement dated November 14, 2012. And whereas the action is subject to secret. And whereas the Town Board has reviewed a short form environmental assessment form. And whereas the Town Board is the sole involved agency, has determined that this is a non-listed action, and whereas the Town Board of the Town of New Windsor has conducted an uncoordinated review and determined there will be no significant environmental impacts, now therefore be it resolved that after considering all the information presented to it, the Town Board hereby authorizes the supervisor to execute a short form EAF attached here too, determine that this is a non-listed action requiring an uncoordinated review, declare the action will not have a significant impact on the environment, and hereby adopts a negative declaration, and authorize the supervisor to execute an amended pilot agreement between the Town of New Windsor and Temple Hill in accordance with the resolutions attached.
Moved. Second.
Arlene, this was on the website, wasn't it?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, gee, I kind of thought so. Roll call.
Councilman Riggenbaum?
Yes.
Councilman Lundstrom?
Yes.
Councilwoman Biassadi?
Yes.
Councilwoman Markey?
Yes.
Supervisor Green?
Yes. Hearing no objections, Town Board of Town of New Windsor receive and file summons of Bladen out of Bruce Yankwitz Jr. versus the Town of New Windsor. Hearing no objections, Town Board of Town of New Windsor receive and file ground lease, sublease, and lease back between Verizon Communications and the American Tower Corporation for a cell tower located at 555 Union Avenue, New Windsor, New York. Hearing no objections, Town Board of Town of New Windsor receive and file First Amendment Development Agreement between RRWC LLC and the Town of New Windsor dated December 3rd, 2014, and recorded in the Orange County Clerk's Office on the 5th day of March 2015. Hearing no objections, Town Board of Town of New Windsor receive and file access and management license between Zaki Realty LLC and the Town of New Windsor dated April 1st, 2015, recorded in Orange County Clerk's Office on the 2nd day of April 2015, in Lee Road 13871 on page 1081. There are no objections. Town Board of Town of New Windsor receive and file with the Town Clerk fully executed 2015 municipal funding contract for Juvenile Aid Bureau and summer camp. Following reports we received, recorded, filed with the Town Clerk's report, June 2015, Recreation Department, June 2015, Police Department, May 2015, Police Department, June of 2015, Tax Receivers, Water, Sewer, and Garbage, June 2015, Justice Calverin's report, June 2015, and Justice Thorpe's report for 2015. Board,
No.
Nothing?
public forum. No,
Just recently, the state has allowed fire display, not fireworks, but fire display, sparklers, things of that
yeah,
nature.
well, they call it fireworks, Leo, but it's, yeah, that's what it is, it's sparklers and ground display.
Right. What is there a town curfew that is on July 4th?
No, there's no town curfew on July 4th. You mean like the Halloween curfew?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, there isn't. But understand that this is all, and first of all, the state enacted enabling legislation that the county had to adopt, and the county adopted that legislation.
Okay. All right. So, but still, we still have a 10 o'clock, 10
Noise
p.m.
ordinance. Yeah,
After 10 o'clock, no noise.
yeah. But this is ground display. This isn't firecrackers or any of that stuff. This is ground display,
Yeah.
stuff that just, not supposed to be, I don't think there's any associated noise with that.
George, it's a very complicated, you have to read it.
Yeah, I've read it a dozen times, yeah.
But it basically is, anything that goes up in the air or explodes is still illegal.
Yeah,
It's all, if it fizzles, whistles, sparks, crackles,
yeah.
that's all legal,
Yeah,
but that's an oversimplification.
Like the bottle rockets, Leo, that stuff
Yeah.
that explodes, that stuff is still illegal.
It's still, like Mike said, it's a complicated item because of the noise situation. Whistles, things in there, it's a iffy situation.
Yeah, most of that stuff I don't think makes much
It's
noise.
mostly crackle, whistle,
Yeah.
sparkle, but if it explodes or goes up in the air, it's still illegal. As an oversimplification,
Yeah.
that's about it.
Yeah. Anyone else?
The chief has directed the overtime.
Yeah. Well, we'll have full crew out. We always do, 4th of July. Anyone else? Richard?
I have searched social media, Facebook.
I can't hear you, Richard.
I have searched social media, Facebook, and the web. For some reason, I cannot find location of one of our trusted colleagues. Does anybody know what is happening to Carmen DeVault?
What's Zach got to do with this
I
meeting?
wonder where he went to.
Then I would suggest you ask him.
I'm asking-
Anyone else? Barney?
Yeah, I wanted to comment on the article I saw in the paper regarding the signed effort by the town where
Yeah.
some of the sign. The success or failure of how we come out of this is all going to depend on the enforcement, how much the town enforces. Over the years, those signed codes have been, given low priority, okay? And whether it's a matter of manpower or what. So unless we aggressively enforce the current codes, and the codes are already on the books, just that the town's got to make an effort to go after them. And I'm definitely not anti-business or anything like that, but it just gets out of hand. If it's ignored, it'll get out of hand.
Yep.
And it's been ignored for a number of years. We haven't been enforcing the codes that we currently have. And, I suggest that if we're real about this effort, that we're going to have to put some teeth in the enforcement.
Well, I have this fellow that is the lead, actually the foreman of buildings and grounds, who has been given a clear head to just take them down as he sees them. And, Jennifer Gallagher, obviously, in the building department, the 30-day limit on some of them, she's been very aggressive with them. And buildings and grounds has been removing them, been doing a very good job. You know how I equate it, Barney? When I look at some of these signs, I don't know how anybody ever drove Route 17 going into Myrtle Beach. Yeah, that's what it reminded me, of. And we sat down and we talked about it. And we're actually going to strengthen that law a little bit. But it's just, it looks terrible. It really looks terrible. And we're, and Keith has been doing a real good job of enforcing it. He's a tough guy. Anyone else? Bert?
George, can we get some more information on that agenda item 11, the pilot at Temple Hill Apartments, why it's being extended and how it's in the interest of the residents of the town of New Windsor to amend or extend that, whatever.
That pilot was adopted 2 years ago, or actually almost 3 years ago, I believe. Almost 3 years ago. It was approved and adopted almost 3 years ago. They're doing it in phases with the...
Well, they split the parent parcel into four separate parcels.
Yeah, but there was a reason they split it with AHRC and
Yeah.
they're putting up a separate building, for AHRC itself. And, they're splitting it up into four, nothing's changed, they're just splitting it up into four subdivisions.
Is the pilot that's in place now meeting its expectations? Are we
There's
getting-
nothing there. What do you mean, it meeting expectations? You go up and down Temple Hill Road, there's nothing there yet. Of course it'll meet its expectations. I think last time around, we went through this, Kirk, and we proved that the pilots actually generate more revenue than market rate apartments.
So, I'm to understand that it is paying us some sort of income?
Kirk, there's nothing there yet. What don't you understand about that?
What I
There's
don't
nothing there.
understand, when will they start paying us pilot money then?
When they
Are
start
they gonna
building,
see it all?
when they start building, they have to buy. Just like anybody else.
They're building now.
Yeah.
The first certificate of occupancy,
I'm sorry, I'm having a
the
hard time.
first certificate of occupancy will be, quote, our first payment.
Actually, with the pilot payments, it runs the same as the tax year, regardless of completion or CO. Anyone else? Okay, motion to adjourn.
Motion to close the public hearing.
I'll close the public.
Move. Second.
Councilor Rightclough?
Yes.
Councilman Lundstrom?
Yes.
Councilwoman Biassiatti?
Yes.
Councilwoman Malarkey?
Yes.
Supervisor Green?
Yes.
I need a motion.
Motion to adjourn.
Councilman Rightclough?
Yes.
Councilman Lundstrom?
Yes.
Councilwoman Biassiatti?
Yes.
Councilwoman Malarkey?
Yes.
Supervisor Green?
Yes.
Is that all?